Hi, welcome to Kiana Sky Speaks. I'm starting another podcast series. It is called Ancestral Cartography and Mapping the Invisible Lines. So, this first episode is going to be about origins as thresholds. So, welcome back. We walk the map of the stars and bones, crossing thresholds that whisper our names. Every origin is a doorway, every ancestor is a keeper of keys. Welcome to Ancestral Cartography, where we trace the invisible lines between myth, memory, and the living presence. Welcome, as I said already. When we speak of ancestry, we often imagine family trees, charts, DNA, and DNA tests and things like that, but that's not all it's about. Ancestry is more than bloodlines. It's a threshold. It's a doorway into myth, into the stories that shaped us before we were born. Think of the threshold keeper, the mother, the origin bearer, the silent teacher. Who in your life has stood at such a doorway for you? Take a moment to honor them. I want to say my own mother has shaped my life. My own grandmother has shaped my life. And my own biological mother and my own biological family full of mothers that are past and that are still alive. And even women that I have no idea, even women that are not even related to me and are in the afterlife right now, I honor them as well. I honor anyone that I know that has helped my ascension here on earth. I hold them very dear. I'm very connected to the ether and the other side, and also the afterlife, the other side, if you will. And I know that my mom is here. She is with me, and she's in the afterlife. But she sends signs from there that, I'm going to be okay. Because she died last year. My grandma died in 2013. And just recently, I've had a dream about her hugging me. It caught up because I made a picture of her, and it was the exact same picture that what she was wearing in the picture, she was wearing in my dream. So, I manifested the dream, but it took about 2 years. Okay, so some connections defy time. So they echo across like lifetimes, so they're from past lives. And I figured out that some of my ancestors are from past lives. And they're here in this timeline, but in the ether and the spirit world trying to help, as well as my family is trying to help. My spirit guides, my angels, and my ancestors, I say. And they arrive with a sense of deja vu. Say it was a friend who feels like you've known them for a really long time, or like you feel like you have this connection and like you know them already, or you knew them before. That's like knowing their soul. And like a partner whose presence, they just like feel ancient, and like your relationship just feels destined, and like the relationship falls under the divine category in your eyes. That's what I mean by that. And so these are soul bonds. These threads, they are woven through the tapestry of existence. As you listen, recall one connection in your life that fits and that feels timeless. Whisper their name even silently as a way of honoring that bond. And so we'll talk about rituals as maps. I don't like to use the word ritual for some reason. Maybe it's, my ego or something. I don't know. But ritual just seems too witchy, I guess. And I'm a witch, but I don't really like to label myself a witch anymore because people get the wrong idea. I'm not the normal. I'm not a normal witch. I would call myself an alchemist. I transform things from being negative to positive, and that's my goal here, as well as being a mirror for the collective. What I'm talking about is every day what I do, and this is not, required, but it really helps me because I really like to honor my ancestors. So I have this ancestor altar. I have all of my ancestors and my husband's ancestors on these, the ones that we know and that are benevolent and that have good intentions for us. And I burn ancestor money to help them in the afterlife, because if you send money, like legit money, the Jade Emperor on it, with the Jade Emperor on it, and you burn it, you are able to help them in the afterlife. So, what I also do, I have this ancestor altar. I also put food on the altar. I offer things to them that I eat. If I have dinner, I also let them have dinner with me. And sometimes people think this is devil worship and I'm bringing in entities, but I don't do that. I only invite in the highest light. I only invite in the best vibe. And if it's off, I'll cleanse. I'll clear out my space with Palo Santos and with sage, if necessary. But what I've learned about sage is sage just removes everything out of every single energy, even positive. And sometimes that's not good. And Palo Santos just removes negative energy. So I burn Palo Santos. If a trickster tries to come in while I am burning ancestor money or something like that, or trying to connect with my ancestor just for a second, but I don't really come to me. No, I just thank and I give an offering and I say, a prayer or two, and then I move on with my day, because it's just like a habit I have now. That and thanking my gods, thanking basically the universe itself. So basically every day I say thank you for today. Thank you for everything that is coming my way in abundance. And thank you, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, for today, for all the blessings. And I just thank and I give an offering to my ancestors, and I'm on with my day. So that's a bit of what my ritual consists of, quote unquote ritual. That's my practice. I'll call it my practice. What do you do? Do you honor your ancestors? And if you don't feel bad. This is not necessary for evolution. You can do, your own thing, and you'd still be doing good. I'm just sharing my experiences, and I want that to be clear. Nobody has to do what I do. I just like to share. So also, I do creative things. I do art. I write. I paint. I sing. I build. I do things. And so I decided to use this for, honoring my lineage and my ancestry. So I'll do my little abstract arts, and I'll put them up there as an offering for them. And it's just kind of my thing. I really like doing that. And I'll even, I'll make a poem, or, even dedicate an offering or something, write down that, and then put it on the altar. A couple years ago, I had put a whole bunch of manifestations, and I put it on that altar, and I watched those manifestations come true one by one. And I'm still waiting for the last manifestation to come true. And I know it's coming true, but we won't get into that because we got to move on to the next point. So, how do we integrate this into life now, into, the present, without bringing back ancestral patterns and just loops and repetitive things? So, ancestral awareness, it's not about living in the past. Just like I said, it's about grounding yourself in the present with deeper roots. When we honor thresholds, our soul bonds, and our rituals and offerings, we weave them into our daily choices. So, when we do this, we are saying, thank you, ancestors, and here is something to benefit you in the afterlife, because the afterlife is super different than everyone thinks. They're there and they need food and they need sustenance as much as we do. It's a thing. So just wanted to talk about that. Thank you for walking the first path with me. Thank you for listening to this first episode. If this really piques your interest, please stay tuned, because I have 5 episodes I'm going to release on ancestral lineage and what I do. So I'm working on them now, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please share this out and help me to gain views, because I feel like my views have been going down because I haven't been posting as much. But I really want my YouTube to stay up, and I want this to be a great opportunity to reach other people and to help other people with their spiritual walk. So remember, the map is alive within you. Until next time, may your thresholds open with grace, and may your ancestors walk beside you if you want them to and if you believe that. Have a good day.